everybody. Welcome to another edition of Proline. Two of us on board today. Big Al McMorty, the man with the best database in sports handicap, and me, Dave Koken. I don't know what I have, but I've been winning a lot lately, so I'm happy with that. Let me clue everybody into as to what I'm doing before we get into the games. Got a really good special this week where you get the rest of the season basically for $79. It's all my action plays right through March Madness, which actually goes into early April. That's a lot of plays between now and the beginning of April. A chance to make some real good money. And you'll get every action play I've got. It's not like we're going to come to you and say, well, no, you don't get that one. You get them all. Also, if you sign up today, you will get one of my top-rated window plays. That's part of the special. Now, I had a window on Tuesday night on Nebraska, easy winner against Colorado. Last night was James Madison plus the points against Old Dominion. And the Dukes got that game in the win column as far as the spread's concerned, which is all I care about. So now these window plays are games you can really step out with, and that's going to be free of charge, no cost whatsoever to get that window play when you sign up for the action play special. It's again just $79, and you're getting more than 2 months. So it's a real good offer. Take advantage of it. Call 1-866-841-1665, 1-866-841-1665. We'll find out what Al's got going in a moment, but let's first talk about the Indiana-Wisconsin game. And the Badgers, I guess they're a typical Wisconsin team. There's nothing flashy about them. They're a fundamentally sound team. They can shoot the basketball. They defend pretty well. Very tough at home. Indiana's making some strides in the Tom Crean. But Al, who's your fan base getting a little bit impatient? They would have liked to have seen a little bit more by this year. It's not there yet.
Yeah, I think the lesson, Dave, is to appreciate success when it's there, because you never know when your team's going to stumble and fall off a cliff, like my Michigan Wolverines, for example, in football. You know, the Indiana Hoosiers are on top of the basketball world for decades, and even Michigan had some success there, you know, in the 80s and early 90s with the Fab Five. But Michigan and Indiana are two Big Ten programs which have seen much better days. In the last game, Indiana actually snapped a 6-game losing streak with a 19-point blowout of the Wolverines. And off that impressive win, Indiana now falls into a momentum system line, Dave. It's 65-26 against the spread. It plays on road double-digit underdogs in conference games off a win and cover as a home favorite if it also won that last game by 18 or more points, but did not cover the spread 2 games back. So that's one reason I favor the Hoosiers here. That's a really strong momentum system. Another is that Wisconsin is a terrible 0-7 against the spread going all the way back to March of 2008 off 3-point spread wins in a row. And in its most recent 3 games, Wisconsin covered against each of Illinois, Michigan State, and the Wolverines. So I think this is a big number here. I'm going to take the points with Indiana. Yourself?
I have to lean to that side as well. The last couple of games, really big wins for Wisconsin, or at least a big win last game for them. They had the Michigan State game. Boy, that was a really tough battle, but last time out against Illinois, that was already a same-season revenge game, second meeting of the year to the Badgers. That's a game they wanted because they'd lost down in Champaign-Urbana, and they got that game. They've got more big stuff coming up. I think there's a tendency here for Wisconsin to possibly overlook Indiana. And while the Hoosiers haven't turned the corner yet under Tom Crean, one thing you won't be able to accuse this team of is not working hard. They do put it out there for 40 minutes most of the time. So I think Indiana plus the points are the way to look in that game as well. We'll peek at Arizona-Washington in a moment. Al, let's let you fill in everybody as to what you've got going right now at Big Al Sports.
Sure. You know, Dave, my most popular club this season by far has been the Vegas Strip Moves. Got out to that great 28-5 start this football season. Also got off to a terrific start this basketball season. So what we want to do today is treat everybody to a week of Vegas Strip Moves absolutely free. That's right. It's free. And you can call toll free 866-896-1628. Get all the football and basketball 7 days absolutely free. 866-896-1628. Make the call right now.
Yeah,
now we can talk.
Those of us that do this for a living, we're pretty confident in our own plays. But I got to tell you something. When somebody gets on a real big hot streak, and it's in a little group, you definitely want to know what that guy's got. And during this football season, it was almost comical. I mean, your Vegas Strip moves were just they were incredible.
Yeah,
17-1. I mean, it was absurd. We wanted to know what you had. I mean, so it's not just for customers of sports services. It's for the guys who run the services as well. When somebody's hot, we're going to coattail them. And Al's been amazing with these Vegas strip moves. So you might want to take advantage of this. It's a good offer. All right, let's look at Washington.
Yeah, this is a game I've really been looking forward to. You know, I saw Washington play out in Maui, and they've got, you know, a big front line. They've got, you know, I mean, Isaiah's just a wonderful player to watch. He's so small, but he's just fun. And this is a terrible spot for the Arizona team here. Arizona comes into this ball game off 3 straight home wins, Dave. Arizona State, Stanford, and Cal. But now Arizona's schedule gets considerably more difficult as Washington's a perfect 9-0 straight up at home. It's outscoring foes by an average of 30 points a game at home. So even though Arizona's won 3 straight and 7 of 8 to crack the top 25, the fact remains it has not been covering the spread. It does have 4 straight ATS losses, 7 ATS losses of its last 9 overall. In contrast, since Washington came back from the Maui tournament, it's covered 9 of 11 with a push. So I really think Washington's primed here to just kind of send a message to Arizona, tell them, you know, we're by far the best team in the Pac-10 conference. You also look at how Arizona's done on the road versus top 25 opponents. It's lost 3 in a row. The home team in this series has won 6 straight. I just think this is a statement game for the Huskies, and I just think that they're going to absolutely blow the doors off of Arizona, Dave.
You know, Washington, the big red flag went up on Washington when Abdul-Ghani got hurt. And that's a big loss for this team. I mean, he's a terrific backcourt player. It doesn't seem to have affected him much. I think it did for a couple of games. But they seem to have gotten through this okay. I mean, it looks to me like one of the things that Lorenzo Romar has been able to do is convince this team to have resolve. I mean, this is a harder working Washington team than we saw last year. Last season, the Huskies had a ton of talent. They looked to me to be by far the best team in the Pac-10, and they had a lot of games during the course of the season where they just didn't play much defense and, you know, just kind of did enough to get through the game, and sometimes didn't even get through the game. And then you saw what they were capable of in the NCAA tournament. They lost one key guy off that team, but they still had a lot of really good people coming back. But I think from day one this season, you've seen more of a commitment on Washington's part. Now, I don't know whether that was as a result of what they did in the NCAA tournament last year, where they just convinced themselves, hey, that, you know, with hard work we can be one of the best teams in the country, or whether it's just a more mature group of players. I tend to think it's that. But Romar is not seeing this team sweat games that they shouldn't sweat this year. And even with the loss of one of their best players, this is still the best team in the Pac-10 and a team to be reckoned with on a national basis. They're very solid. Arizona's a good club. They're better than they were last year. They're going to get back to where they were. They've got an excellent coach. But I don't think they're quite at Washington's level right now. And this is a game where the Huskies are not going to have to give themselves a speech to get motivated. It's really the key games for them in the conference are Arizona and UCLA. They get through those games. Nobody else is beating them. Of course, the rivalry game with Washington State. I think Washington at home, also a little too much for the Wildcats. I would go with the favorite here as well. Take advantage of the offers, guys. They're good offers. We will come back with another Proline on Friday, and then the big weekend edition. We'll all be together on Saturday. We'll look at some stuff that's going on, obviously, in the NFL this weekend, and some big basketball games as well. That's it for Al. I'm Dave. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.